What up, world? Back again is the Country Report. Yours truly, VicXL.
What up? It's your dude, Spank.
And I would like to say, by the time you're watching this, things might be different, but I gotta celebrate today anyway. Shout out to my LA Dodgers, who now officially have the best record in Major League Baseball.
I
We
respect
have
that.
shout out to the LA Dodgers. Like I said, by the time y'all watch this episode, things might be changed. I don't care. Best record in Major League Baseball. I knew you would appreciate that intro.
Yeah, 50 wins, right?
50 and 29, Jack.
Yeah, good job, good job, good job. They caught us. It's all good though. It's all
And
good.
y'all are, thanks to 2 rain delays.
Yeah, and two hurt staples. We are hurting right now. Yeah.
And y'all are 48 and 29. We have the same amount of losses, but the Dodgers have 2 more wins.
For now.
For now. Like I said, when they watch this show, they're gonna be like, "You was a lie." So shout out to Mookie Betts too, my man. Bat, hopefully his bat is starting to crank up. He been hitting like 175 all year, and over the past 2 weeks, he's brought it up to 217. I know that is trash average for a player like Mookie Betts, but hopefully he's in the right direction going into the back part of the season.
Mookie brings more than just his bat though. Mookie is a presence. Like you ain't finna just throw slop up there to Mookie, and it might end up over the fence. So Mookie brings way more than just that. But and the whole league knows that. They respect him for who he is.
You think so?
Absolutely.
You don't
that
think
whole fucking lineup is a whole all-star team. Like you don't just throw stuff up there just to get it by them. You got to think before you face anybody in that lineup.
You don't think Mookie's washed?
The only person I would probably have said would have been washed would have been Max Muncy, but he's still swinging it and hitting it. So I can't. There's nobody in that lineup that's washed. Not even close. Like they're still playing at a very, very, very high level. Maybe Will Smith. Maybe. Just because, but the catcher position is the hardest position on the field. So there's nobody over there. I'm scared of the Dodgers. I've always been scared of the Dodgers, but I think the whole league is scared of the Dodgers. They're not 2-time world champs for nothing. Now that they're back healthy on the field, not so much the pitchers, but if they ever get some more pitchers, then they might be a problem.
Well, I don't even know how healthy Kyle Tucker went down last night, back spasms. Teoscar hasn't came back yet. Kike Hernandez played 2 games and back on the IR. I'm gonna be honest. I think the Dodgers be resting players until the playoffs. Like, okay, y'all just be hurt, and then we're gonna come.
Fine.
We're gonna
if you can keep them healthy. Hell yeah, do that. That's smart. Especially if you can still be the best record in baseball and be able to do that. Like we were doing that at one point, but now we can't. There's no luxury now. We need another bat. We need probably 2 more starters. Like there's no bench. We done pulled the young guys up, and now they're in the bullpen. And Acuna, Marco was saying he probably the Mike Trout for us, and I argue with him like that ain't accurate. But now that I look at it, he might be. So I don't know, dude. We need something younger and stable, but I don't know what that looks like. Because we've never had it. We got Matt Olson. He's younger and stable, but that's it. Everybody else is on and off the IL, which is normal though. It's normal for baseball, so I ain't tripping. We still got the second best record in baseball, so I ain't mad.
Y'all do have the second. I'm just happy that, and like I said, this show it'll be a month after we're talking about it, at least 3-4 weeks. But y'all right now are going in. Y'all are playing our nemesis, and I can depend on them. They have a bad record, but I can depend on the Padres to win the series. I hope I can.
I went to bed last night because I don't stay up for them late nights. I need to see who won last night because I'm intrigued. It was 1-0 when I went to bed. Yeah, we lost. Okay.
Yeah, 1-0.
Yeah, that's a good team. That's a damn good team. They got probably a better bullpen than we do.
It's a good team with a bad record, so they're going to turn it around. They're going to make a push.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, man, let's get into some music. They don't want to hear us talk baseball. They probably feel like we would watch another show for that. Um, this is the Country Rap Report where we give you our reviews, not reactions, on videos, songs that are reflecting the genre. We know you guys are gonna say they ain't a country rapper. Well, chances are some of the everybody we review would benefit from getting their butt on that stage at Redneck Rave, which just passed. So shout out to Redneck Rave. Shout out to Just in Time. I think it's 10 years of successful events. Shout out to you. Um, One day, man, we need to go to Redneck Rave.
Where is it?
I think it was in West Virginia this year. I could be wrong. But
Oh, it moves around. It's not as like a stable thing like South by Southwest.
no, no.
Yes, I would. I would. Yeah, I'll go if we know in enough time and I can plan some things. Because Heather probably wants to go too because she does still listen to the music.
You got a side by side?
No,
Four wheeler?
no, I ain't doing that now. I ain't. I'll walk wherever I got to get to and sit down on some lawn chairs. But I ain't finna do all the other stuff.
You don't get in the mud?
I will if it was something local and I knew about it. But up there, hell no. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm,
You said three quiet. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
mm-mm.
All right, man. We got 3 videos. Remember, we would not be reacting to the videos, so we're not going to show them. The links are in the description. Please make sure you check out the videos and let us know. Do you think we're accurate, inaccurate? Should we have added something? Did we not see something? Let us know. That's what the show is about. Let's get interactive and let's talk. First video of the day. First review of the
Well,
day.
there's three videos. One of them's perfect, and the other 2 are 19s, almost perfects. One
Okay.
perfect. One
Okay.
perfect.
Okay. Oh, I don't disagree. You know what though? I'm thinking, okay, well, man, maybe I am picking too good of videos to send to you.
I wouldn't say that because
Oh,
I just need to get caught up because if you don't send me the video and it don't crawl across my Facebook or Instagram feed, I don't know anything about it. So you just give me your updates are for me or what you sending to me. So I'm okay with that.
no, but I think that also it says a lot for the genre from when we started. What, 3 years ago, 4 years? I don't even remember when we started the Country Art Report. But maybe you weren't have we weren't we was doing 4 videos then. We
You
wasn't
right?
we were not having shows that had 3 perfects and one almost perfect.
No, but that's the video guys have escalated. And I have seen that consistently on the ones you have been giving us. Even the ones that I got low scores on prior to today. Those video people were trying, and you can see that they were trying. Like, not saying that you get participation trophies, but you can see where they were trying different angles. They tried different lighting. They tried different scenes. Like, that shows elevation. So at least the video people have elevated.
All right. First video today is by an artist who I've always enjoyed his music, and talking about video directors Alabama. First video is Overtime, and the name of the joint is Stuck in My Ways. This video was directed by my favorite video director in the genre, Mr. Breadwin DeVille.
Just as the one perfect.
No, did you say 2 perfect and one
So
almost?
one perfect and the other 2 were almost perfect. This is the one perfect.
All right, Breadwin DeVille shot this video, Stuck in My Ways. All right, let me say this. Breadwin, I think you've done some amazing solo shots of this artist. The shots of him drinking the bourbon or whiskey or whatever that brown was, like, great. Man, made me want to drink some brown. Matter of fact, I might have drank some brown when I was watching this video because those were some really, really clean shots. Looked like they were shot on a tour bus, but it almost made me feel like he was sitting at a like a little bodega or something, just sitting there having moments to himself. That's how I feel like he captured that moment. And I also love the solo shots that Breadwin had on the guitar player, like on the rooftop, and then he done some other like solo shots. I can't remember what the shots were, but I like the way he had the shots of the artist and then shots of the guitar player doing all the guitar moments of the video. I thought that was really, really dope. Um, I have always been a fan of Overtime's flow and his
Same,
delivery
same.
and the way he picks his beats. It's like he it's like he picks beats like you pick a mate.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's strategic. He never picks a beat that's gonna outshine him and that he's gonna immaculately put his words together on. And I really appreciate that about him and these visuals.
Um, Overtime's different for me. I've always been a fan. Now I'm gonna go with the negatives first. Because even though I said this was perfect, what was this overtime? Because this isn't the overtime that I remember. The overtime that I remember was not trying to sing. The overtime that I remember wasn't trying to hit notes that he ain't got no business trying to hit. But that being said, I love the message. I can relate to the subject matter of the song because I'm definitely stuck in my ways. I'm 54 years old. It's hard for me to break them ways and reset. The video was perfect though. There wasn't any negative in here, and I look for it. Those are the first things I look for. I watched the video before I listened to the song. Watching the video, there's no issues. The lighting was perfect, which is very hard because you're moving in a moving vehicle. I don't know. I thought it was a train at first, but it might have been the tour bus. I couldn't tell because of the windows. But because I couldn't tell, because the angles were so perfect, I couldn't tell what the setting was. Was it in the back of a tour bus? Was it in a stagecoach on a train? What does that look like? You saw him moving. All of that was dope. Like, and even with the tilted angles, the lighting was perfect. Again, I'm so stuck on the lighting because I know people in this genre are trying to emulate what he's doing with his lighting. Y'all need to learn from Bradwin. If he ain't gonna put out no damn masterclass for y'all, go watch all of his shit and duplicate what he's doing and get in his inbox and ask him, like, how do you get this grade on this? Or how'd you get that shade? What you doing with your lighting? Are you turning it down or up? Or you adding some sort of layer on it? Ask him, because I know y'all are trying and some of y'all are failing. What I didn't understand, I don't know if I do remember him being country, rap, and a little bit touch of rock. Like he always had that guitar stuff in there. But I don't know if that's where he's shifting towards now, or is that the foundation for 2026 going forward? I don't know. He's always been a hybrid for me. Like he's never been pure country rap. He's always been a hybrid of country rock, hip hop. Wait a minute, give me 1 second. And I'm trying to get this out of my ear, but it won't stop. Okay. Again, but let me that messed me up, so I got to reset. The thoughtful lyrics has always been something that Overtime's done. He I can't call him a positive rapper because he's not, like, we can't call him positive. He's not a church rapper. He's not a gospel rapper. But I do remember a lot of his content in the past being gospel content. So I thought he was that exclusively. I don't know where he is in 2026, but if this is it, I'm not mad at it because it's got a foundation. It's got the message that we need to have to put out there just for people. I think if somebody heard this and didn't know what this was for the first time, they would fall in love with him as an artist because it's something that they could probably relate to. And then after that, I don't know what they would find after that. Would they find a new version of him from what I remember? Would they find a more holistic version of him? Or would they find a more hip hop based version of him? I don't know. But what I do get, he's given us in this, I'm loving it. There's no negative that I can say about him as an artist. Now, him as a singer, I ain't feeling that. I can't get on that road.
I don't think he sang a lot in this song that took away from it. And I like
No, it didn't take away. I don't want to say that as a negative. It's not a. I don't want you to think or anybody else to think that I'm hating on him because he's singing. It's just not what I'm used to. I'm used to the bars. I'm used to thoughtful lyrics, rap, not singing. I don't listen to country fellas. So if y'all are trying to blend this core country into the country rap, then my ears are going to be turned off. But I'm still going to respect what you're doing. But that's not something that I have on my playlist. I listen to country rap.
And see, I think a lot of times in the genre, we're seeing more of that for it to have that appeal of country, hence country rap.
Is that the
Because
Jelly Roll effect though?
and you know what, it may very well be the Jelly Roll don't rap no more. So Jelly Roll is a country singer. I think the majority of his fan base might not even know he ever rapped.
So what? So are they trying to duplicate that so they can vacate too? Like what's the process?
Well, I
Not
think
saying this about overtime. Not saying it about him. I'm saying that about the overall consensus. 'Cause a lot of people that you've given me are singing and ain't got no business singing.
um I think they see the success of Jelly Roll, know it's a possibility, and feel like this is what the people want, so I'm gonna do it. And again, that's not saying that about Overtime because I've heard Overtime sing on other songs, but
Okay.
I do hear more singing in country rap than we did before Jelly Roll became Jelly Roll, who we know now.
That's concerning.
I
I
mean,
don't.
but look,
I'm not feeling it.
it's been done in hip hop, so you can't be mad.
Yeah, but
You
when hip hop does it, they're not. They bring in singers.
no,
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 we ain't talking about mumble rappers. We ain't talking about them because they
no,
lame.
no. I'm gonna talk. I can name some artists with profound. I can name some profound lyricists that we haven't heard rap in years.
Whew.
CeeLo Green.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Hold on,
Okay,
hold on.
all right.
Hope you say who twice. If I can
No,
really
no.
because the next one I say is one of your favorite artists of all times.
Whew.
And we ain't heard her spit a bar since ooh la la la.
Well, you're right. You're right. You're right. But she also hadn't put an album out, a valid album out since then. But I
Can I
think
go
when you
one
hit a
more?
certain,
Can I hit one more?
give me one more. Give me one more.
3 legendary MCs who we haven't heard rap in over a decade. Andre 3000.
Those are different. Andre's retired, so that's different. He did drop a flute album, so that's but and the flute album was trash, by the way. Because I was expecting a bar, but I didn't get that. I think the ones that you gave, I think the people in hip hop probably, and you could probably even throw Drake in there because Drake is a singer, rapper first, singer second, and he's probably the best that's out there that is doing both the singing and the rapping, but he's doing at a higher level on both of those. When you do that, now you become the staple for the industry, and now the entire industry is trying to emulate that. Because Jelly was here, not saying he started here, but because Jelly was here and he was such a dominant presence here, and everybody loved him there, then he's gone out of the genre, and he used this fan base as the catalyst for him to leave the genre and do something completely different. Still adjacent because it's country, but it's not rapping. But he took this foundation from this entire genre to build on his now budding country career. If they as in the people that are over here would do that, they need to first get the foundation. You ain't got it. No, the only person who was close was Church. And from what I'm hearing from him, the singing that I'm hearing should not hit anybody's ears other than whoever recorded it. But I think there was a couple that are close. But even when Jelly was going up, when we were still doing the show, then there were still people that were trying to sing, and I'm like, why are y'all doing this? But it was then they were trying to emulate the success of Jelly, so that they can do the same thing, or at least come right behind him. I think Struggle was supposed to be next, and Struggle and his daughter was singing, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, bro, you got bars, you have a foundation, but they're missing it because you're not getting this genre's foundation first, and then using that foundation over there. They're like, okay, well, he's doing it over there, and you ain't even got this foundation yet. You ain't got the majority of this crowd. Once you get that, then you can go over there, but you ain't got this yet. You got a portion of it, and a portion of it could be enough for you to go over there, but you still got to put out music consistently, and they're not doing that. And this is all consulting shit that I would tell anybody if they just asked, but I'm gonna give it here because my face is right in front of this camera, and I have the opportunity to say it. They are doing it wrong. You got to act as an influencer first. And there's one guy over here that does that because he was an influencer first. And most of y'all hate him now. But you have to think as an influencer. You got to You pay influencers to promote your shit once you become an artist. But if you became an influencer first or start doing influencer stuff, you no longer have to bring in that to pay. Now you can just use that as your foundation for you to be the catalyst. Jelly used an entire genre as a catalyst because he knew that that entire genre looked like him and would support him once he left, long as he didn't do something stupid. And he had one hell of a story behind him because, you know, the incarceration, the wife who, you know, and they doing adult stuff, like all of that stuff was a plus. So it's gonna be hard for anybody to try and emulate that. And I don't give a shit who's over here trying. It's gonna be very hard for anybody to do it, much less duplicate it with the same level of success that he had, because I think the machine that's behind him now is almost a high level distributor, low level record label. And I'm talking about low level, not one of the big three, but maybe 4 or 5 that's behind him and pushing him. Once you get the machine behind you and you just putting out music that's consistent and you got that core fan base, it's a wrap. You can move at leisure and you're going to sell multiple records and sell out venues. I think Kid G could be next though. And I'm saying next is in the popularity because same fan base, different demographic because they're younger. And that demographic wants to see somebody that looks like them. If he rapped more, he'd be out of here. He'd be past Jelly. And I'm saying it sincerely from the bottom of my business heart. If he did a little bit more rapping, like drop a rap song once a month, maybe once every 2 months, and he did that consistently as he's dropping his other stuff, and he ain't got to be no real songs. He could just drop bars on his Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat or TikTok. Just rap. If you do that, you're not connecting to a whole nother generation that wants to see you do it. Now that you get that fan base, the hip hop fan base is bigger than most of the other fan bases because we've infiltrated all of the other genres. Mm-hmm. Tap into that, and I don't even know his people. I have nobody over. I don't have any skin in the game on any side or any part of music anymore. So I'm saying this to help him, and this ain't even his damn review. But if anybody that can emulate what I'm talking about for their sake, then they would take the same trajectory as that I'm trying to give to Jelly Roll or to Kid G or even to Overtime. I love Overtime, but I think Overtime's content with what he's doing. And I think most of these people in the genre don't want that outside, quote unquote, label interference. They just want to continue what they're doing. But Overtime stays touring. Overtime, every time I see him post, it's a thick ass calendar. And I know, like, you don't move around with that on a tour bus and not be getting paid, you know, and at least to be able to support your family. If that's content for him and he's all right with that, then by all means keep doing that and repeat it every year. And what Kendall Tucker does it now. I'm still a fan of him, so I see him. Like there's still people out there that's been doing it, and they're doing it the right way. But if a label got attached or a major distributor, just flip that switch and throw a little budget at it. Your income that you're making right now will be times 10 at least. Your exposure will be times 1,000 because now you're not just locally or regionally. And I'm saying United States. Now you're a global act, like Jelly is. You know, now you're not making 10 grand a show, speculating. Now you're making $1 million a show, Jelly Roll. Now you command what you're going to get. You know, now you are starting at $1 million, and then you got to pay all the other folks. That's your fee. You know, those are the elevations that we're trying to get to. That I think would be easy to get to, but I don't. And it's the conversation we were having off camera. With the way that the genre is looking today, I don't know who has the capabilities of doing that, because I don't see the stability. I don't even see where Colt Ford and his label are stable and putting out music consistently. I'm confused, dude. I don't know what country rap is in 2026. And I know this wasn't the topic, and I know this wasn't when we were going with this video, but I'm so confused and pissed off and intrigued. Like, what the hell's going on? What's happening? I see all the new people, and I'm loving the new people, but I'm like, what's the genre doing? What's the genre about?
Let me get back to Overtime. Overtime probably, man, they start talking about my record.
Okay, my bad. I send the rant Overtime. My bad.
No, I actually had one more thing to say, and I just want people. I don't even know if Overtime knows it, but the flow that he used on this record made me think of Ghetto Mafia which is a legendary group out of the eight. I'm not gonna say they're a legendary group out of the ATL. They had a legendary song out of the ATL called "Straight from the Deck," and this flow made me think of that song. How
Okay,
he kind of chopped the flow up a little bit. Um,
I can hear
again,
that.
and I agree with you. I didn't know if he was sitting at like a on a tour bus, on a train,
Right.
or a little intimate bodega. So I commend Breadwin for making the shot make us wonder, but it was still very. It was like an elegant. I don't know. That was just a dope shot to make me still wonder. Was that a tour bus?
Right.
Was that a train? So I thought that was really dope. And again, man, I'm a huge fan of Overtime. He stays working. Two artists like that stay working like that are him, Rev Breed, and you name someone else. But they at the beginning of the year, you go to their Instagram, they already got 10, 15 shows lined up. So
Absolutely.
whatever the genre, and I'm gonna say this because you say you don't know what the genre is today, and this is not about me or Spank, but this is probably what gets me and Spank the most heat. I don't know about the business minds in the genre because I think the business mindset in country rap today for a lot of people is internet based. And what I mean by
Mm.
internet based, they do the things sufficient to get an internet crowd to watch them. I think the genre now has a streamer mindset. Let me say, let me do what's going to get the most eyes on me live. That does not build a productive music career.
No.
Like, yes, it's cool to do what you want to do and see a bunch of people in your live. Does that transcend into merch? Does that transcend into people come and see your show? Matter of fact, it might hurt people come and see your show because if they see you beef in a negative all the time, they might not want to come see your show because they might be afraid something might happen and they don't want to be a part of it.
Now
And
that the streaming is influencer behavior, but if you're streaming,
but is influencer behavior equal to artist behavior?
one can relate, one can translate to the other, but you gotta strategically plan it out, and you gotta have something for them to go to. Like you don't just go streaming live and you ain't got a project out and hadn't had one in months. Like what are you getting in people's eyes for? Because they already know you. They listened to the last project 3 months ago. You do that behavior the same way when Future get ready to drop an album, you know his Instagram finna be zeroed out. Ain't finna be a single picture on there. But then he gonna start promoting new shit because it's gonna be relative to the album. Those are advertising and marketing strategies that you do when you get ready for promotion of your product. But if you ain't got a product, why are you going live? Like, well, if you ain't doing something consistently, putting out music or getting ready to drop merch or announcing that you're about to, perform at this show or that show, why are you going? No one cares. I can get it. You're trying to be relevant, but you can be relevant just by posting a picture every day. Just by you doing some activity. So now people see that you're still alive and you're still doing stuff, but you going live, if you're not an influencer, and you should have influencer behaviors, but if you're not doing it to be an influencer, to influence them to do something beneficial for you, then some of this stuff is redundant. I wouldn't be going live every day as an artist unless I'm selling shit or singing live, giving free
Well,
concerts.
I'm still in this genre. To me, it appears the artists that we see least, it appears they're doing the best when it comes to streaming their music.
Mm,
And I said that on a few episodes back. Sometimes the internet has taught us more is better. And I come from the era of we rarely see interviews with Michael Jackson. We rarely see interviews with Prince. We
yep.
we rarely see we rarely it's a promo run. It's a
Right.
promo run. Like okay, like Ti, he was doing the comedy thing, and when he was doing the comedy thing, we weren't hearing anything about no music.
Right.
And now he's back on the music. We ain't hearing anything about no comedy.
I'm
It's
glad
like
he wasn't that funny though. He wasn't that funny.
so I don't know. I just think some of the artists that have kind of figured it out, we see it in the upward direction of their streams.
Well,
And
this and the streaming isn't something they should be Like that shouldn't be all of it. That ain't the end all be all, because it's the streaming money is very minute relative to the touring money. You go out and hit them dates, and you're gonna guarantee that money's coming that night. The streaming money has a 90-day threshold before you even see it, and then I think you got to do how many 10,000 streams to make $1, somewhere like that. 4,000 streams, something like that. It's kind of it's very redundant and very sad. So I wouldn't want them to depend on it, even though the streaming numbers not just are something that we gauge certain things, especially with popularity. But this I wouldn't compare the apples and the oranges, because the way that we did it back then, the moment the internet flipped this switch and everybody started using it, it became diluted. It became, our attention span now is less than a minute, and back then it was 13 days. Like now it's less than a minute. Like how do you compete? How do you compare those cultures musically? You know, how do you look at that data, say this is what this happened here in this generation, and now this shit's gone before you even get a chance to really think about it. Like it's sad, but at the same time, as you know, somebody who studies this stuff and like digging the analytics, it's amazing to me, and it's a science how you have to do it. And certain people over here were doing it, but they weren't doing it consistently. If they did it consistently, and if they got their business together right, because I'm still mad that I'd never heard back from Church's people when I was trying to get our stage at South by Southwest, and the South by Southwest people were interested, but all I had to I just needed a commitment from Church, and I couldn't get that because I couldn't get past the manager, and not inbox the manager. I mean, inbox the team. Like I'm all on Instagrams and Facebooks and sending emails, and I got crickets, fam. So I'm like, you know, if this is how we're gonna operate, I understand what's happening. Because business is business, but you missing the payday, because South by Southwest probably would have been the biggest payday they've ever got.
Again, I'm not sure if the proper music marketing business minds have entered the game when you talk the trajectory of country rap. I'm not saying there are no business minds here. I'm just saying I don't know if each camp has a good business mind in the camp.
Well, the business, it's not just basic business. We're talking about music business.
Yeah, music business. I ain't talking. Yeah. But we used to say that back when we were doing hip hop.
Right.
Get you a nerd. Everybody, everybody on your team don't need to roll the weed. Everybody on your team don't need to get the girls. Everybody on your team don't need to be on stage being the hype man. You need that one nerd who is looking at the number. You need the guy who's counting how many people coming in. You need the guy who's counting how many t-shirts are on that table. You need the guy who's counting how many people got koozies. You need that one person who they have tunnel vision on the business.
Yes.
I do a show with another gentleman. I'm a part of a 4-man team, and we do a show. And he says, if you're not making money off of it, you are a hobbyist. I used to get mad when he said that, but I agree.
That is true.
If you're not making money off of it, you are a hobbyist. And if you work on your job, after 90 days, you want what? You're looking for like, won't get no raise in 90 days?
Right.
So if you're doing this, you should be figuring out, how do I increase the money? And if you're doing it as a hobbyist, that's cool too. But you got to figure out how to make money. Because I don't think there's one person in this genre who say, I want to rap and work at my job for the rest of my life.
Right.
Like me and you both have jobs, but we wish a light switch would hit today and they can say, we're going to give you guys enough money for the Country Rap Report that you both can quit your jobs.
Right.
I'm like, why, son? Why, son?
Right.
And I enjoy both my jobs, but I would enjoy being able, imagine if we could put 8 hours a day into the Country Rap Report.
So they would hate that.
What I'm saying, that's the mindset of the artist should be.
Right.
It shouldn't be focused on, like, I think now a lot of artists focus on immediate impact. What can get me seen today? What can I say to No, longevity. Try to get some longevity. All right,
Yeah.
next video. Were we done with overtime? I'm sorry, overtime. We really
Yeah, I think
we turned your review into a industry
well,
playbook.
music industry playbook. Yeah, we did.
Um,
My apologies. My
no,
apologies.
but actually, you know what we said? Like, I understand what you're saying about the singing. That's not your cup of tea. But as I've watched this genre grow over the past few years, I'm seeing more and more of that, and I do think that's somewhat the Jelly Roll effect.
I don't think we ever saw Colt Ford try to sing. Not sing.
What? He has songs that are all
No,
sing.
I'm saying like now, like after let's say 2020 on up, then I don't think consistently he was trying to sing. It was mostly rap.
His
There
biggest
was some singing in there, but Colt is still the old triple OG. Like if he wasn't doing it, I don't think anybody else should have been trying to do it. And now, and Colt Ford deserves to be on the Mount Rushmore of country rap. I'm gonna say that emphatically. Anybody want to dispute it, then shut your mouth. I don't care. But Colt was the staple. Colt was the example. Yes, he sang, and yet because he had to, because it was still trying to brand an entire freaking genre. And then came along this influencer, and this influencer did his thing, and he branded it in a different way. And this influencer also sang and rap. And then came a former hip hop artist that infiltrated the genre. That we knew his story. We saw the wife. We liked him more, and everybody liked fat guys. Let's just call it what it is. It's just an adorable thing. But as we hear him and we see his talent level, we're like, oh shit! Not only is he funny, not only is his story good, but he's got bars, and he's over here trying to hum a little bit. But he used all of that to his advantage because the entire genre looked like him to catapult. He went from core hip hop. He went from core hip hop to country rap, and then he went from country rap to country. 3 bounces on the trampoline and made money each bounce. And this bigger bounce over here is probably not even the biggest bounce he's gonna get, because I would know this is probably it, because he's a world act right now. Once you get to that level and you're a world act, this is it. This is the pinnacle. This is where everybody that makes music probably tries to get to, but don't know how to get to that. But he's done it, and it's taken him decades to get to that point. Salute to him. Consistently, he was that once he came here. The country rap and the singing happened here. He got that from what was happening here. And what was happening here, because of the influencer, he learned it from the Triple OG. But the Triple OG only did it part-time. This dude did it sometimes, but I think he even experimented with an entire project of just singing. But it came after the fact because there was eyes being put on him. And I'm pretty sure he got label offers because he deserved it, because he was doing the numbers. But why would you not experiment with stuff like that when you have the capabilities of doing it, and your production level was high and level of way higher than everybody else that was in the genre? And I'm saying that to give everybody their props, from Colt Ford to Church to Jelly Roll. I'm not saying anything negative about anybody, so I don't want anybody to take that anyway. Yes, I am a hater at the core, because I hate hearing bad shit. When I hear good shit, I salute it. But when I hear bad shit, when it don't have to be, then I'm gonna call it out. But the genre needs to focus on. I don't even know if we need a leader now, because when we had the leader led us to lawsuits and trolling. So I don't know where the genre needs, or who the genre is selecting as the leader. Like, because it feels like
I don't think a genre needs a leader. I just think it needs people, trendsetters, people to take the lead and do what they do. I don't think there's never been a leader of hip hop. There's never been one leader. You might have had Cornerstone.
we definitely had that. We definitely had. I was about to say, yeah.
You had cornerstones of styles. You had Public Enemy. You had Run DMC. You had people, cornerstones. I don't think a genre should look for one person to lead them. I think you need to come through as a group of people doing individual things, handling business different ways, and give people options that then makes them come to the genre as a whole. I think
it ain't working, Vic.
No, it's because right now the genre is majority focused. To me, and we're off on another tangent. To me, the genre is focused on one thing, The genre, I'm gonna be very, very honest. If me and you did not start back doing this show a month ago, I would have literally forgotten that they were making music. Because the genre now is focused on drama.
The artists.
I hear artists talking about stuff that ain't even their business. Shut your mouth. Why are you as an artist talking about other artists' business? Shut your mouth.
That's what media is supposed to do. That ain't what artists supposed to do.
Okay, going back to 3 episodes when I said about these artists becoming too easily accessible. That's what I was talking about. Why are you as an artist on a platform about someone's business? Why? It ain't yours. Why?
Again,
this is what I say about the business regimen. Then we're gonna move to the next artist.
Okay.
McDonald's is not on public platforms dogging Burger King. Even if that's their #1 competition, they're shutting their mouth. They might talk about Burger King in the boardrooms. They might even make campaigns that throw subliminal diss. But you are all going towards, they're all targeting hamburger fans.
Right.
And what they don't want to do is make hamburger fans want hot dogs.
Right.
Y'all literally sit up and talk about each other and make people who want to hear the music say, I don't want to be over there no more. It's too much drama. But most of the people in this genre, you're afraid that my views will be low, but it's going to be high if I talk drama. You're literally killing. You know what? I'm going to relate this to being early 90s. I'm going to relate this to being hip hop and black.
Okay.
A lot of concerts and shows, parents weren't letting their kids go to them because they were scared it was going to be violence.
Because it was.
Right. The genre didn't start to really, really flourish until we start getting a bigger white audience. And those people weren't going to the shows. Am I incorrect?
No, you're right. You're right.
The negativity of the genre slowed hip hop.
So this is what the genre is? You think that's in parallel? You think this is what the genre is?
I think the genre is really, really negative. And I think sometimes they're so loose at the lips because it's about fans. #1, there's never been a music genre that grew without youth.
That's true. That's facts. That's all facts.
So as a genre, and I'm an old guy, so I want people to look at me as an elder statesman. I don't think no one's coming to no show because VicXL is there. He's old. Who wants to party with old Vic but another old person? So to me, instead of focusing towards the drama because that's easy, focus on gaining new fans, the youth. And I got money. I'll cash app you. Show me a genre that grew without the youth ever being attached. It don't happen. Y'all doing old people maneuvers, sitting around arguing on the porch like old people. No, let's grow. Y'all, everybody said they want to grow the genre, and I don't even hardly hear no music.
So before we finish this tangent, how do we fix it? How do we fix it?
I mean, what we're doing is trying to make the music better, make the visuals better.
Okay.
Listen, man. I know y'all gonna clip a lot of this stuff that we say and make it seem like we're dogging the artists. And you know what? Any artist who feel away, y'all know my policy has not changed. I will get on the phone. I ain't got no malicious intent or hate towards any artist. I want you to produce good music. I want you to make great merch. I want you to do awesome shows. That's how I feel about every artist. My opinion on one song might be 100% different from my opinion on another song. But as a whole, I have love in my heart for everybody who wants to feed their families off of their music and their craft, because that's what I want to do.
Okay.
And I want to do it without the drama. I don't care who you sleeping with. I don't care who you don't like. It ain't even my business. But I tell you what, it's not going to grow any genre.
So the artists need to stop with the drama.
Artists are not going to like each other. That's natural. Men,
you ain't supposed to. You ain't got to.
What I'm saying is, why does it have to be public?
Right.
You know what we call that? A chatty patty.
Call it a bitch. That's what we call it.
Like I watch people say, I watch people get mad at, so y'all do know that snitching is yes, you got snitching when you tell the police and get somebody that's in trouble. But you do know, like when you start telling other people business, that's a chatty patty. If it ain't got nothing to do with you.
That's still snitching.
You know what this genre is big on the I'm gonna call you out. Who cares?
No, like, it's okay. It's okay for media to do that. It's not okay for artists to do that.
But even when media do it, it's just their opinion. It's just
right. You can have that opinion as a media outlet.
Yeah.
But as an artist should not be doing that. An artist should be focusing on the music, because now it's your camp versus that camp. And when it gets to that point, there's no camaraderie. There's no gelling of the genre. Now it's the genres against each other, and you definitely ain't gonna grow like that. We can't. I'm concerned. I don't know how to. And I'm gonna go back to what I said. I think we need a leader.
I don't.
I think because this genre has been built on having a leader, they are scrambling right now and trying to figure the shit out. And they're figuring the shit out by searching and doing the same behaviors that they're used to, and not the entire genre is doing it.
I watch people who didn't agree with the beefing. I talked to those people. They used to tell me, I ain't with that, I don't want that. And I watched them lean on it, and their fan base grow. And I think everybody now feels like we're going to lean on it, and it's going to grow our fan base. But at the end of the day, most of those people are still going to work.
Yeah, but how do you do that? How do you you're going to be at a show with the same person you hating on eventually. You know, you taking away money out your face, because money out of your pocket and food out of your face, because they're not, if the promoter knows y'all got beef, you ain't gonna get that show. And I think y'all rely on show money over here more than you do streaming money. So you might want to like not come with the bullshit and stop with the being chatty patties and just focus on the music and putting that stuff out consistently. If you're not a media outlet artist, we're a media outlet, so we can talk, but we're not one of those outlets that put out just opinions and we're doing all that other trolling stuff. I don't even talk about people's personal lives no more. I'll do that shit off camera. I'm not gonna do it in front of the camera. But if you're an artist, you need to focus on the music, your music, not diss tracks.
Well, music, the business of your music, your shows, your merch, your music, your quality, your visuals. All that, like, man, I see. I don't know. Let's get to the next. Let's get
because if we can continue the conversation where we're talking about some of the other people, because they're doing it right.
All right. Yeah. Matter of fact, I think the next two artists are definitely doing it right.
Right.
Actually, Overtime is doing it right too. Overtime, I'm sorry.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
If any of this overshadowed you, Overtime, I apologize, because it's an amazing video. Breadwin did his thing. I love the concept of the song and the message.
Facts.
Next artist, and this is an artist who wasn't around when we were doing original country rap report content. Goes by the name of J.Walk, and the name of this visual is Too Wide. It was produced and directed by Pro Global Knock TV. I gotta say this: that Fleetwood is fire.
I believe it belonged to that white dude that's in the back seat.
I
believe that was the limo owner right there. Nobody gonna tell me nothing different.
Hey, he was grinning like it is, with the bull horns on the front. Made me a lot of y'all might remember, a lot of y'all might not, but it made me think about Boss Hogg from the Dukes of Hazzard days. Remember Boss Hogg?
Yeah. That's right. I'm gonna change my number. I'm gonna give this a perfect. The same thing I'm gonna say about this video, I'm gonna say about the next video, but I gotta give it a perfect, because these are mistakes that could be corrected. So I'm gonna give all three. This is another perfect show. I'm changing my number as I'm thinking about it, because I'm thinking about, was it that bad? Was it bad enough for me to not give them a perfect and just take 1 point away? So no, it was not. But I'm still gonna call it out when we circle back to what I'm talking about.
All right. Let me say this about J.Walk. First of all, he has a really, really confident flow. If you grew up on Too Short or a fan of Too Short,
bitch,
Yes. Hey, I kept waiting to hear bitch at the end of every bar because his flow, his style on this record made me think of Too Short and the confidence he brings. But let me say this, because this record was about women and how he treats his women, how he do his women. Matter of fact, if I might have missed something, but I didn't understand the whole concept of too wide.
Right.
But this was a real misogynic record about this just me and how I do these bros. Yeah.
You don't call them bros. Beer?
No. I thought the video was cool though. Had him and his crew riding around in the Fleetwood. His homeboy stayed on the phone the entire time.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the guy handling business. That's the
Probably.
business.
Probably.
Yeah, dog. We got the Fleetwood. We will pull up through your hood for like $1,000. We're gonna come through for 1,000. You need to shoot some cut. Yeah, he had his homeboy individual.
Right.
And sometimes like that might have been his dad. Like somebody that might have been his dad was a really, really proud guy who looked like he could be J.Walk's dad or uncle.
I think that was the limo owner. I think that was the limo owner.
So, but he had the bravado. He was just I actually dig it because other than that vehicle, I can't see where they use a lot of bells and whistles as far as spending money for this
Right.
vehicle.
Right.
But it got to the point. It was just a regular, this how I handle these O's, these 304s, this how I handle them, and then what I ride when I'm handling them. And I'm
Right.
gonna say this to me, a lot of people, Spank might say this when he talks, and say this is not country rap. This is the youth movement within this genre of country rap. This
Really?
is, in my opinion, just my opinion. Y'all can say I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. This is the young guy, how he looks, how he dressed. This is the young guy who grew up and dad was playing country in one room and he was listening to hip hop in the other. This is the mesh when it comes to culture and sound, in my opinion.
Now that you say that, we've done some other country trappers already in reviews.
This is a country trap.
So country trap is a youth movement?
Well, if you pass a certain age, why are you trapping? You too old.
Well, there's still old trappers out there. No, we ain't gonna act like it ain't. But
when we saying what we say,
now sit your ass down, OG.
Yeah.
But now my head, I'm spinning, bro. I'm spinning them because you hit me with that one. I wasn't even thinking about that. If country trap is the youth version of country rap, then hell yes, run that. Because it's country trap has radio playability. Yes. And it has a cross marketing appeal that core hip hop, will accept it. And you ain't even got to be affiliated with country rap. But if it's country trap, hell, what's his name? Country Coda, Cowboy Coda. Remember the heavyset white dude? He was Trap House Coda. He was doing it when I was doing when we was last here. It was like 4 or 5 of them that was doing country trap, and I was like, this shit ain't it because it's too much hip hop. But now if this is it now, and it's more hip hop than rap, then shit, you run with that. All right. Let me get to my review. The song should have been called "Bitch," not "Too Wide." I didn't understand why it was called "Too Wide" either. Perfect song. Didn't hear a single mistake audibly. Mixing was perfect. Mastering is perfect. Like this was maybe it could have been some other EQ parts of the song, but it wasn't enough to take away from it. How many times did he say "bitch"? I don't know. I didn't count, but it was enough for me to remember him being like a Too Short white version of a white version of Too Short with the way that he was saying "bitch" and putting it in the song. I guarantee you, whoever did the production on it, know who Too Short is, and probably was like, you know what, let me do something similar. Or maybe it was just in the back of their head and it was like, let me emulate that. But what I was going to take off for that I'm not going to take off for, cameraman, I saw your reflection in the car. You had on jeans and somewhere on your rig, there's something bright yellow on your rig. How do I know? Because I saw your reflection in the car. I should never see you in the shot. Ever see you in the shot. Now, cameraman, I'm not going to take off, cameraman, because that's something that you probably didn't even realize, because I know you got to shoot it, and in the way you can't come up on the limo and shoot it and not be in the shot without having some sort of expensive rig to be able to do it. So I'm not going to take off. I was gonna take off a point for that, but I'm not. This is a perfect video. This is country trap. But if country trap is the new version of a younger version of country rap, run that shit, y'all. All of y'all. I'm not even gonna hate no more. If this is it, all of you youth that's trying to do this, and this is your the dude that we did last time with the Scarface shit. He had on the black suit with some gloves. Country trap, perfect shit. Now, if had we had this conversation off camera, I would have had a different mindset on camera right now. But now that I see this, and if Vic has said it, some of you OGs over here might be in trouble because these youngins they finna pass y'all. They finna pass y'all by doing what you've been doing for decades. They are going to use hip hop as their catalyst in this genre to gain the fans. And I know y'all, that's probably gonna piss some of y'all off, but as Vic said, you don't move without the youth. And if y'all haven't figured out how to get some of them youthful faces in your camp, then that's not on us. We've been telling y'all from day one how to be operating your business, and Vic done hit you upside the head with the youth movement, and you should have known that anyway, because the hip hop demographic has always been 13 to 25. But if y'all ain't trying to run that now, then you might want to hit the reset button after summer's over with and start working on your business acumen to get your core together, because we need a reset. We need that desperately. But this got a 20. It's perfect.
Some of you uncles need to give your raps to your nephews.
For sure. For sure. Don't put them in AI. Give them to you. You can put them in your AI and let that be your sample song, your demo, your reference track, so they can learn it. And then once they learn it to the core and they can add their own little element to it, then you come back and put a camera in front of them. But yes, this is good. That's a good analogy, bro. How come we didn't think about this shit earlier?
Look, if you want to argue with me, argue with your mama. Because young Elvis Presley dominated what? Rock and roll? Am I correct?
Yeah.
Was it old Elvis or young Elvis?
Young Elvis.
Right. I'm just gonna name groups that when they came in, it was early 20s or teenage. Kiss, Prince, Michael Jackson. Those genres of music existed before these people.
Right.
When these young people came through, they kicked down the doors because people who looked like them wanted to come buy their merch, see their show, sing their lyrics, pass out, sleep with them, do drugs with them, whatever. I'm just saying.
The Beatles. All for them. Yeah.
I'm saying no. I say this on my Southern Soul show. Southern Soul is cool. It ain't gonna grow till some young folks get down.
True.
And not saying the music. I'm not saying that's negative about country rap. But we ain't gonna start seeing a bunch of millionaires come out of this until the youth movement gets involved.
Now I'm remembering all of the other reviews I'd said about country trappers. Last go around, and I'm like, if them niggas was around now, the N word just falls out of my face. So I'm not talking about anybody black. That's
you can't say it.
Okay, all right, I won't say it.
You can't say it. Just because you say it.
Oh, I got you. If those someone, I'm trying to. Is Trap House Coda still rapping?
I haven't heard anything from. I'm sure he still is. I'm gonna tell you this right now. His music has really progressed, and then we're gonna get to the next person. This person's music has really progressed, but he was one of the first country trappers who just was like popping it to me. And I know somebody's gonna be out there mad because you're gonna say I ain't heard of him because he don't have a lot of strings. Guala P, to me,
I remember Guala P.
Is the complete package. He can sing, he can bar you to death, he can be funny, he can sell you the pack, he can get your woman, he's got the look, all that. To me, Guala P is a superstar that has not been discovered yet.
I remember the music. I don't know what he looked like. I remember because it was an animated video.
No, you keep thinking about the other Guala. You keep thinking about the other.
It's a different Guala. Okay, well, I don't know what the hell Guala P is. So I'm talking about another Guala. Yeah, there shouldn't be too many Gualas.
No, the other Guala is gone. This is the only Guala now.
Okay, all right, cool. There'll be only one.
When I first heard Guala P, I called him the White T.I.
Can we review him next?
Yeah, I had to get a video.
Yeah, I want to peep that.
All right, last video of the episode. This is a guy who I can say since we started doing the Country Rap Report has only gotten better with each release. He just progresses and he grows and he looks like a superstar. Marcotic, and the name of this song is Shine. It was directed by Carlton Banks. Um,
Carlton.
Me and Spank have always talked about self branding, making sure you're branding yourself, making sure if you got on that Carhartt, make sure you got on one of your shirts in the scene too. Um, and he has forever, and I got a chain over there I should have wore for this episode, a mobile home rich chain. I have a mobile home rich chain. He's continuously branding mobile home rich. That's
That's
his
him.
that's his brand. Yes.
I thought that was Rich.
No, he had white trash mofo.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Cool. 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 All right. All right. All right.
All right. So Shine, um, I'm gonna say this because I when I think something is amazing, I actually have less words to say. I love the way they shot this video. Carlton did an amazing job shooting this video in this paint body shop.
Right.
Um, to me, two of my favorite directors in this game is Carlton Banks and Brad Wynn DeVille. I haven't seen a lot of videos by those two that I don't enjoy. All I can say is I think this was a perfect video. I think this, if you want a leader or someone to emulate how they move in this game, and someone who's really, I can tell, takes their music career serious, is Marcotic. Um, he's definitely one of my favorites in the genre. How he carries himself, how he handles his business, um, and he just stays focused on the craft, the visuals, the merch. He even has his own shows, mobile home bashes.
Okay.
So ain't a lot I can say because when I look at Marcotic on the screen, I just see a superstar, and I haven't seen him miss a lot of times. So
Well,
this is
I'm finna come with a little hate, and I'm it ain't gonna be directed at. Well, it might be directed at both of them. Okay. First, I don't. I remember him being more lyrical. I don't remember him telling stories and shit. You know, not saying that I'm not comfortable with the stories.
let me pause you. Let me
Okay.
pause
Okay.
because you've been away. He's definitely a storyteller. Marcotic had a song like a 7 8 minute song about the death of a family member.
Okay.
Also,
Okay.
Marcotic had the song about the janky promoter, so he's always told stories.
But I maybe I respected the just bars more so than I did the stories. That might be it because I remember him being lyrical. I just don't remember how impactful those lyrics were. But now that you tell me about the Janky Promoter, okay, I think that was a song that we probably reviewed on him and
he took it down.
wanted him. Yeah, okay, yeah. I think if this is his MO, telling stories, then I'm okay, fine. If you gonna do that, then I'm not gonna hate on that. I just wanted more bars than me being taken to a place and now trying to figure out what you was experiencing and you try to put me in that same picture. But at the same time, everybody can't do that. Now you got to be a special type of lyricist for you to tell a story and then you're able to visualize it with that person. So that does show some sort of skill set that's high level. So I respect that. The video was almost perfect. I'm still gonna give it a perfect because those perfect. The issue that I saw, Carlton Banks. I saw you in the reflection of his sunglasses. I saw you multiple times because you were holding the camera, and I even saw you swaying with it so you can catch him. Also, now I'm not gonna take off for this because I didn't take off for the last one. I should not see you in the video. You should never be in the shot, but you know that you're a high level professional. I'm not even gonna give you your resume on here because it's irrelevant to the genre, but I know you know better. Even if you hired somebody or somebody was there in your stay while you were doing something else somewhere else, like that person needs to know don't be in the shot. And there was a couple sections in there where Marcotic's overdubbing wasn't perfect, but in rap videos it almost never is. But I again I didn't take off of that. It had good coloring, good lighting, good angles. One location, multiple scenes in the same location, like the lighting on the ceiling was amazing. I don't know if you do that in the paint shop. Is that to help the shit dry, or did y'all just put it up just for lighting effect? I don't know. I've never had my car painted, but or detailed. But it was a dope video. Perfect. All of these were different videos, different music types, and all of them personified where the music should be. Not saying where the genre should be, but where the music should be. High level productions. High level productions is on music and video is something I have to tip my hat to. It's something you got to respect when you see it as somebody who is trying to put out good music, or somebody, if you're an artist that's trying to do it. Any of these videos you want to go and look at to see how you need to do your next one, look at them. See the example. J.Walk had one location, rented a limo, called the limo driver, said, hey, pull up. And then called the camera guy, hey, pull up. And shot a video on a street. Now, how simple is that? There ain't no budget. The budget is you're renting a limo. And you could have pulled up and say, limo driver, can I come see the limo? Or can you bring it to me before I shoot? And before I rent it?
You know what you can say? Hey, this would be great promo for your limo company.
Absolutely. And then I guarantee you there was a limo driver in the back seat. He was like, if we're going to promo it, I'm going to be in the bitch too. So people can see me in it. So, and then it could be part of his commercial. That's one. What if this wasn't Marcotic's, auto body shop? One location, real simple. Like, hey, bro, hey, cousin, can I come shoot at your spot? Come on through. I got work to do. I ain't gonna be in the way. I'm gonna shoot in front of you, and you can be behind me working. All of that simple shit. Videos ain't gotta be. It ain't gotta be high production.
Same thing with overtime. They probably pulled up to that tour bus.
Right. And overtime, like, I gotta go get some gas. Like, shit, you still get gas? Keep it moving. You saw the bus moving.
Look, the guitar scene, he might have been on top of the bus. Right. I don't know what he was on top of. He was on top of something.
Right. Now the guitar didn't have to be plugged up. It's all enactment. It's all there. Like this is, you don't have to break the budget to shoot videos, fam. Like, and we got 3 high level videos, and they probably didn't spend over $1,000. And that's at their high spend. And I'm talking about that's including wardrobe. They didn't spend over $1,000. All 3, and that might be including the video and paying the video guy. And I would say that emphatically. These are, I think we're overthinking. I think we're probably putting too much of I got to do this and I got to do that. You don't. Just make the music. Get you a simple producer to put together a good mix and a master on it. Call you a good video guy that's gonna get you the right angles and the right lighting and the right editing. Those 3 are mandatory. Lighting, editing, and angles. If you get them 3, you can be butchering the damn deer in the background while you shooting. Like, all of this shit is simple. Like, come on, y'all. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Just do the shit. Put it out. It ain't that hard.
Just do it. Again, man, shout outs to Marcotic. Through the changes of country rap over the past 4 years, Country Rap Report's been covering. Man, I want to salute you for staying consistent on your grind and consistently getting better. Marcotic got some classic records out there. Marcotic has a song, him, Chad Arms, and Blind Fury, that takes you down that lane of old MJG and 8 Ball. Like,
them some lyricists right there, boy. Them some lyricists. Hopefully he held his own on that one.
Yes, Marcotic, I'm telling you, to me, and Marcotic has worked with so many people, and that lets you know Marcotic, and it's you can't 100% stay from the drama, because people, the bigger you get, people come after you,
right?
And I've seen people come after Marcotic, but the fact that he's worked with so many people in this genre, that says he keeps his face card clean, and I think that's very important in this. That's very important in anything you do. Right. If you're trying to grow a business, I'm not just talking music. If you're trying to grow a business, keep your face card clean, because you could be alienating your consumer.
Right.
Like, when you're talking bad about something, you might be talking about something someone else loves. And they might want to mess with you, but you're talking about their cousin.
Right.
You over there talking about my cousin hamburger. I ain't coming to fool with you now. I'm going to come to you about some lemonade. But you talking bad about my cousin hamburger, so no. I'm just saying keep it business. Unless your business is beef, keep it
It
business.
shouldn't be beef for any music, any artist. I would even go and say it shouldn't be beef to any artist, DJ, promoter, or anybody that needs other artists to facilitate your business. No, stop that. It ain't relative to the money.
So
You gonna give socials? You got socials this
yeah,
time?
I'm about to give them now.
All
All
right.
right. And look, and I keep forgetting, so I guess I will go back to doing them at the end of the show. All right, the
Okay.
first video we did was overtime, stuck in my ways, and you can find overtime on Instagram at overtime Montana, overtime Montana. The second video we covered was J.Walk, too wide, aka Biatch,
Biatch.
and you can find J.Walk on Instagram, J.Walk 601 underscore, and that's the letter J, WALK 601 underscore. The last video was by Marcotic. It was called Shine, and you can find Marcotic on Instagram at Marcotic615, MARCOTIC 615. Make sure you follow all these people. Check out the music and make sure you get in the chat and let us know how you feel about our reviews and let us know what we missed, what we didn't miss. Do you agree? Do you disagree? And everybody who's checking out the show, thank you so much. All our first and last time viewers, we appreciate you. You cannot take your view back. And again, while Spank is finding the Instagrams,
Yeah, I
this
got it.
platform will not be used to beef. It would not be used to tear down an artist because from day one, our goal was to build up this genre.
Yes.
And there are some things that I don't know how Spank feel. There are some things that we cover early on that as I've grown over the past 4 years, I'm like, man, dang, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But when I look at it, it all actually was relevant and true in the
Oh,
big scheme.
and then the damn thing I've said that I'm like, I shouldn't have said it. No,
Well,
I might have not.
okay, let me say it like this. Maybe I should have wrapped that up better.
Okay.
You know, man, have you ever gave somebody giving like, man, I should have wrapped that up?
Maybe. Everything that I said, I came from a business standpoint first. It might have been personal, especially if I knew the person, but I always came from this is why you don't do it in the business. Now, if anybody want to go back and maybe rebut and say you said this, but it has nothing to do with the business, it probably did. Just look at the other videos because all of it correlated. But there was nothing that I gave my personal opinion on and was like just being shady, just to be shady. None of that. None of that.
Well, shout out to the people that's been following us. I got an inbox this week, and a person said they tagged me in one of our videos, and they said that aged well. And I'm like, ooh.
I wonder what I said. What did we say? What happened? It was probably one of them. I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. It's out there now. It's out there.
If you go back through the Country Report episode 1 through 200 catalog, and you'll probably find like, they were right on that. Sometimes, you know what, you can say what you want, but they always say you can't recreate the wheel.
Right.
And I don't care what you say about what me and Spank are saying. What we're saying is music business, and music business applies to all genres.
Absolutely.
We could do a rock show. This could be a Christian hip hop show. These techniques and methods and things we're saying applies to all genres.
Yeah.
Because we are coming from a spectrum of developing and building consumers.
Yes.
So
we have to do it because A&R ain't happening right now. Like at the A&R departments are being consolidated throughout the entire industry. There ain't no A&Rs in country rap that I know of. If any of them do exist, they haven't made themselves known to the genre. There's no artist development. That shit died with the internet because now they just sign people straight from the internet and don't give them any sort of coaching or classes, or there's no handbook. Like, if we don't do it, who's going to do it? And we're doing it for these people because I think this genre, along with gospel rap, are two personal genres for me that I think it's real. It's down to earth, real lyrics. Some of it might be negative. Some of you might be saying some words I don't agree with, but it's still, I didn't agree with some of the shit that the gangster rappers were doing back in the day. But it was still something that was real. And I'm never a person that's going to believe in censorship. So if this is what you want to do, if you want to be out there with your MAGA hats on or whatever, that's on you. I'm not hating on it because that's your voice. I will never censor anyone, but you have to respect other people's views when they come for you, because you put it out there for you to become for. You can't just put your view out and be like, "Oh, this is my view." You can't rebut. No, the moment you put it out, you giving everyone else on the internet the permission to say something contrary to what you believe in. That includes us. So if there's some people out there that don't believe in what we're talking about in any of these reviews that we're doing, then put it in the comments or send one of us an inbox and say why you don't believe it. Don't just come with, "I don't believe that." Okay, why? I don't think you should have said that. Okay, why? I believe you was wrong by that review. Okay, why? But you can have that opinion, but I need the foundation of why you believe that, and then we can have a debate on why I believe that. But most of the reasons, I give mine on camera. If you don't give yours, and yours is just going to be an opinion, I'm going to respect it, and I'm going to move on because, you have that right to that opinion, but it's just unbiased, and it might be biased, but it doesn't have a foundation. I need to know why you don't agree. And then we can have an educated, debate and agree to disagree, or you might influence me to change my mind. So that does happen.
Yep. All right, that's it for this episode. Make sure you're following all the videos, all the artists, and
links will be in the comment, in the description.
Links are in the description. And man, make sure if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Again, me and Spank gonna keep trugging along, and there's some things that we're gonna creatively do. We just want y'all to stay tuned, because we gotta have that. I need that. We gotta have that freshman cover. We gotta have that award show.
Okay.
This is just a lot of stuff, man. It's gonna be fun. A fun 2020. A fun next 6 months.
J.Walk wouldn't be a freshman?
Yes, he's gonna definitely. The freshman list comes out around. It's September. Labor Day is in September, right?
Yes, August, September. Yes.
Yes, Labor Day. That's when the freshman list will drop. So,
is there a criteria? Do they have to be out a certain time? Do they have to put out a certain amount of pieces?
When the first freshman list were artists who didn't have huge notoriety. It was Jack Gaspard, Coca, Mike Sons. There was artists that was kind of viewed as newcomers.
Okay.
At that time.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, your boy VicXL.
This your dude Spank.
Till next episode, y'all. Peace.
Peace out.